Jay-Z, he jumped on Four Alarm Blaze.
Yep.
How did that whole thing come together?
Well, Jay, the record was already done. It was done. It was me, Fame, and Teflon. And we already started moving the record out to some DJs, circulating it or whatever. And Jay popped up at the studio one day, him and Dame, and he asked very strongly to get on the record. No, I don't want to say that he did anything crazy, but he asked very strongly, yo, come on, let me get on that record, let me get on that record. I like it, whatever, yeah. So, we felt it couldn't hurt. So we opened the record up, let Jay get on it, and we just kind of threw it back out like that. We never called it a remix or anything, but it was actually a remix. But we just let him get on it. He wanted to get on it. Jay has always been, out of his own mouth, always been an M.O.P fan. Same with a lot of major artists in the business, always been M.O.P fans, and we're fans of theirs too. So
And you guys ended up signing to Rockefeller at one point. What happened with that whole situation?
it was, signing to Rockefeller was something that was happening. What Jay and Dane was trying to get it to happen for years. This is when the Rock was a pebble, I like to say. This is when they had an office a little bit bigger than this room. Had 3 women working there with him, 3 nice young ladies working there with him, and it was just Jay and Dame. And they would always come to the studio. We was doing our second album. They would always come to the studio and, ask, yo, come on, get down. We were in transition from Select to Relativity at the time. We was talking Relativity and Loud. And Jay and Dan would come to the studio every other day and ask us to come, come on, yo, come over here. We got something popping over here. And we just felt like at the time it was still brand new, and we weren't sure if they actually had thought the whole situation out. So we went to Relativity, and then from Relativity Loud, but they would still come around and ask to, how could we do some business? How could we do some business? Then we would finally wind up doing a record with a deal with them. It seemed, on the surface, it seemed like it was some kind of issues, but it didn't seem so major. So what happened was, those guys fell apart or whatever, and that kind of did something to me. I'm real passionate about everything that I do, dog. So one of the reasons for us signing to Rockefeller was us seeing them together turn shit into sugar and making this whole thing grow and building this empire. So for them to split, it seemed a little weird, because M.O.P is really about like family and that tight bond that we always have, and we thought that they had the same thing. So for them to split, it was a little weird. So we fell back off it. Afterwards, Jay, I sat down and talked with Jay, sat down and talked with Dame too. They both offered us a room full of money, and I was uncomfortable taking that money because I didn't want to do a deal with Jay without Dame, or a deal with Dame without Jay. So we just fell back and kept it moving, doing our M.O.P thing.
Now, you ended up signing with G-Unit at one point.
Yep.
How did that come together?
That was, well, like I said, man, a lot of people are M.O.P fans, and 50 happened to be one of those M.O.P fans. So, he called and just, asked, yo, come on, let's talk about something or whatever. Fame was very excited about it. And I was excited too, but I just wanted to kind of see exactly what it is that he wanted to do. So we went and sat down and talked to him, and it seemed to be a good situation. Those guys were on top of their game and on top of the game at the time. They had sold millions of records by the time we got over there. And we actually didn't even sign. We kind of just hung around with them and toured with them for an entire year before we actually did a deal. And again, that's another situation that didn't pan out. I'm not sure exactly why. Maybe it's just, I believe maybe the differences and what they thought was the right thing to do and what we thought was the right thing to do. How their machine moved and how our machine moves, because M.O.P is kind of more self-contained as opposed to just, any other rapper where they kind of just sign to labels or sign to these artist ran labels and kind of fall right in the pocket with what they're doing trying to catch the wave. But M.O.P, like we were here before G Unit, and we're still here. But we have a lot of respect for Fifth and G Unit, man, and we really appreciate Fifth extending his hand and trying to help us further our career. Those guys built their own house, man, but they were nice enough to say, you know what, M.O.P, here go the couch, chill on the couch, do your thing. And then the couch we outgrow the couch, so it got a little bit uncomfortable for us as far as being on the couch. So we had to just stab out. But, no hard feelings between M.O.P and 50. It's always the same thing, always the same level when we see them. Big shout out to all the artists over there. Everybody was great. They showed us a lot of love. And, they wanted to do more and more for M.O.P. I guess it just didn't pan out. It just didn't work out the way either party thought it would.